Hello, I am Marisha and welcome to my creative diary. I hope you're having a great day. So today I'm going to create two projects using products from the Joyful Christmas collection by Simon Hurley in his collaboration with Spellbinders. So let's get started. First, I'm going to do some hot foiling. So I'm going to use the Joyful Christmas Sentiments hot foil plate. And right here, I'm creating my sandwich, which is cardstock, the foil, shiny side up, the plate, and then from there I'm going to use some low-tack mint tape from scrapbook.com to create a hinge. Then from there I'm going to place my sandwich on my platform. I'm then going to add the thin shim and the spacer pad. And then I'm going to press the button for my timer. Once my timer is done, it's going to stop flashing and it's going to be ready like it is right here. Then I'm going to remove my platform from the docking station and then run it through my die cutting machine. Now it's time for the reveal. Look at it! Oh my goodness, 5 sentiments. 5 with one foil plate. I'm now going to bring in the die set and I'm going to line it up over the sentiments, and I'm going to use my low-tack tape to secure the die to the cardstock. Then from there I'm going to run it through the die cutting machine, and then as you'll see right here, 5 sentiments ready for my holiday cards. I love it. I'm now going to bring in a solid hot foil plate and I'm going to place it on the platform, and then from there I'm going to bring in the piece of foil and I'm going to place it shiny side down, and then from there I'm going to bring in my cardstock and I'm going to place it on top to complete my sandwich, and I'm going to use my low-tack tape just to adhere it down to make sure it doesn't move. I'm then going to bring in my spacer and pad, and then I'm going to press the button for the timer. And then once it's done flashing, I'm going to remove the platform from the docking station, and then I'm going to run it through the die cutting machine. And as you see right here, we have more sentiments. After I position the die on the cardstock, I'm then going to run it through my die cutting machine, and there you have it, 5 more sentiments. Next, I'm going to bring in the Floral Stag die set. This set is so adorable. It includes everything you need to create the deer and your Christmas greenery. Off camera, I did die cut all of the elements to create the deer and the Christmas greenery, but right here, I'm just adhering the antlers to the deer. And then from there, I'm going to bring in my Distress Oxides, tea dye, vintage photo, and aged mahogany, and I'm going to use my blending brush to add some shading to the deer. My card base is going to be an A2 standard size top folding card. It is cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I then use Spellbinders 3D embossing folder, Knock on Wood, to create the panel for the card. I want to create a oval frame, so I brought in some metallic cardstock along with 2 oval dies. I'm then going to position the dies on the cardstock, run it through my die cutting machine to create my oval frame. Next, I'm going to figure out the placement of all of the elements on the card panel. So I'm just going to play around with it, and as soon as I'm happy with everything, I'm going to go ahead and assemble. But first, I thought, I think I need to add some splatter to this panel. I love splatter. I'm telling you, when all else fails, add splatter, okay? It makes a difference. Like, look at the card now and then wait until you see the after. So I decided to bring in my favorite, Tim Holtz Distress Oxides Tarnished Brass. I'm going to add some water to it, and using my paintbrush, I'm going to give it a few taps to add some splatter to my panel. Then from there, I'm going to adhere the oval frame to the panel. And then I'm going to bring in the deer and adhere them to the panel. This is another easy project to create for the holiday season. Very simple. You're basically cutting out your components that you're going to use and then just placing them on your panel and then adhering your panel to your card front. That's what I'm doing right here. So once I finish adhering the panel to the card front, I'm then going to bring in the sentiment and the greenery, and then I'm going to place them on the card front. And then from there, I'm going to use adhesive glue to adhere everything to the card. For my sentiment, I am going to use 3 strips of cardstock to add some dimension to the front. So I'm just going to layer that on the back and then adhere the sentiment to the card. And as you see right here, I'm just adhering the greenery to the card front. And then from there, I'm going to bring in some metallic pearls and adhere them to the card. And then from there, this card is done. Very simple and easy and quick to create for the holiday season. Love it. And I love the traditional colors with the little pop of pink. Using the Nordic Ornaments die set, I want to create a matching tag to go along with the card. So for this ornament, we're basically repeating the steps that were used to create the card. Very simple, very easy. The great thing about this tag is it can be used as an ornament as well, or you can also create a mini card. Just cut out another ornament, score the top, and then adhere it to the back, and it could be a mini card. You guys, I love the holiday season. I do. And then you know what else I love? I love my snow. I wanted to snow so bad, guys. I mean, last year we barely got dust. Dust of snow. Like, I wanted to snow like 3 or 4 inches. Not feet, but inches. I'll be so happy. I hope I get some snow this year. If anybody wants to ship me some, let me know. Right now, I'm finishing up my tag by adding some metallic pearls, and then for some extra stability, I'm going to add another layer of cardstock to the back of the ornament. I then decided to add a poinsettia to the antler, and then just to make sure it's secured, I'm going to add a tiny piece of cardstock to the back, creating a sandwich to where the poinsettia will not come off. I'm then going to add a metallic pearl to the center of the poinsettia, and then it's on to the next step. I added some ribbon to the tag, and then after I brought in my black jelly roll pen to add some color to the eyes, and then there you have it. This tag is complete. Here is one final look at the projects that were created today. An adorable Deck the Halls card with a matching holiday tag. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. The products that were used in this tutorial are listed and linked below. Here is another tutorial I think you might enjoy, so feel free to check it out. I'm sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until next time, please take care.